Hello! Izzy and I have got a bit of a busy day today. We're going out. As you can see, I've already done a lateral flow test and I'm negative. That's a good bit of peace of mind prior to going on public transport and then a group full of people. I've also been getting my vlog up this morning, so I did more last night than I normally do before bed, so I was up late, and all I had to do today was the thumbnail and the other stuff because it was already uploaded. So I did that, got that done in good time, and now I need to make a packed lunch. It's a grotty old day today, I tell you. Anyway, when I went to Tesco last night, I bought some of these cheese-topped rolls, and I'm going to put ham in Izzy's and cheese in mine, and just make some little salady picky bits to go with it. And I'm also going to drink this second coffee of the day that I've just reheated from earlier. Disclaimer, that is mostly decaf, by the way. Yeah, I know, it's a bit strong looking. I must... Wow, I don't know. Should I reduce my coffee strength if it's decaf? I obviously don't have it that strong when I'm out. Going home. Oh my goodness, the trains lately, I don't know if it's the pandemic or what, but they have been cancelling with very, very short notice. And last week, I had to ring my dad to give me a lift home after the group because they cancelled the trains with no notice, zero notice. And I was trying to calculate, oh, can I do some of it by another route and then walk from there? And the best I could do was get a train to one place and then walk 19 miles, and I was literally contemplating it, and then I thought, well, I'm not going to get back till 2 AM even if I don't stop for a break, and I will want a break if I'm doing 19 miles. Plus I had a big rucksack full of heavy stuff, so I just had to ring my dad, and I feel really bad about that. I don't know if you're a non-driver. I'm a non-driver. I'm terrified of driving. I don't think I've ever talked about why I don't drive on this channel. Maybe I should one day. The long and short of it is I am terrified. I forced myself to have lessons for about 6 months when I was 29, something like that, because all my musician friends could drive and I was having to always meet somebody at a train station on the way to gigs in order to be able to just work and get there as a musician, because you need to travel when you're a musician. And I felt so bad, always like being the lift scrounger, you know, and so I'm sensitive about it, you know. So I hate asking people for lifts, I really do. It makes me feel like a waster, you know, like a scrounger. But anyway, I forced myself to have 6 lessons weekly, 30 quid an hour. I was only earning about 6 grand a year at the time, so that was an enormous expense. I had a little part-time office job, but I really was trying to work on my musical career, and yes. Then Isabel came along, so that kind of got put on hold for 15 years, and then the pandemic came along. So, but anyway, yeah, it was a huge expense. I invested all that money, and after 6 months, I was still just in floods of tears behind the wheel, like gripping it with my elbows. I was like, with both hands, gripping into the elbows. And because I was so paralysed with terror, I couldn't coordinate my movements. Like, I was still getting the brake mixed up with the accelerator and completely incapable of changing the gears because I was just so paralysed mentally and physically, and I would have such tears streaming down my face that I couldn't see the road ahead. I'm just starting to feel panic thinking about it. Anyway, then I got pregnant with Izzy at age like 29. So the midwife said, is there anything very stressful in your life? I was like, yeah, driving lessons. They said, wait till after you've had the baby then, it's not good for you in pregnancy. So after I had Izzy, my dad decided, right, I'll have a go with you now. And it was better at first. I preferred his car. It was more like rudimentary than the one I'd been learning in with the dual controls, but Dad's didn't have dual controls. But I could kind of feel the road better. I don't know why. It was a different sort of car, and I could feel all the vibrations of the road through the steering wheel, whereas I felt quite separated with the learner driver one. Oh, I was all right, and then I just had a few moments where it set me back. Again, right back to zero. But I think I might have had 6 months with Dad as well. In the end, we both decided I was one of these people that just can't ever learn to drive. So I'm waiting for the driverless cars, basically. Anyway, the long and short is, this train situation is stressing me out now. So tonight's one that I needed to get was cancelled in order to stay the entire duration of the group session. So I'm going to go an hour earlier to get the train before, which is not cancelled, but Izzy's going to stay at the group till the end because she's more critically needed to be there, and then my dad is going to pick her up and she'll stay with him tonight, and then she'll get the train home in the morning. What a faff. Anyway, that ended up being really long-winded. Now I can call the video the truth about why I don't drive. I'm sure you're all dying to know, because sometimes people just say casually, oh, when you learn to drive? Well, yeah, thanks, it has occurred to me. Right, I'm going to make sandwiches. Here's what I've assembled quickly for lunch. Packet of crisps each. Izzy will not eat chilli ones, so she's having the plain. Ham rolls for Izzy, cheese rolls for me. I've cut up yellow pepper and cucumber, which is just finger food, an apple each, satsuma each, and chocolate, just in case we have an emergency and need chocolate. We're kind of covered for lunch and possibly evening meal, but I might discourage Izzy from eating before she goes to Dad's, depending on how starving she is, because there's nothing worse than cooking for Izzy and then she says, oh, I had a snack on the way home. Like, oh God, she does it to both of us. So yeah. Or if she really, really can't wait, she needs to communicate with him and say, look, I've eaten, because it's pain. That now weighs an absolute ton with 2 lots of drinks in. I'm going to put the camera away now and quickly pack up everything to leave so we can get out on time. We made it onto the train. I was going to edit on the train, have my laptop in my bag, and I went to get it out and realised I left my power supply at home, so that's put paid to that. And I don't want to use it on the battery because I might need to use it at group, and I don't want it to have run out, so I might edit on the way home if there's any battery left. So I'm going to save it, but it's okay. So I have my ebook to read, and I'm excited to read that anyway.
And remember, don't travel if you're unwell.
Hay has just gone completely empty in our carriage, so I'm just taking the opportunity to film. Hey, you might want to know what the loo looks like on the train. Looks like this, wheelchair friendly, look. There we are, said loo, soap, water, air, toilet roll, flogger not obligatory. Right, we've got to get off soon. I'm going to put the camera away. So glad to get the mask off, getting off the train. It's just occurred to me, right, I quite often have trouble with a bit of fluff or a hair, at worst, under the mask, which is very annoying. So I was thinking, why don't I just get the lint roller and rub it across the inside of the mask as part of my laundering process, you know, once they're all dry and before they go back in the mask bag. I'm walking back into town. We've done the class, or group, whatever it is. I didn't really have very much to do today. I was just sort of hanging around. They're all coming towards the culmination of an ongoing project that they've been working on for months and months. I've done pretty much everything I need to do for it, so I've just kind of been hanging around for just any odd jobs that might have drifted in my direction, and not a lot did, to be honest. So as I mentioned earlier, my train is cancelled, so I've gone for the earlier one, but I've come in very good time. The back of the station's there. I'm coming around the back way, because why not? Has been raining, of course, because it's Wales and it just always rains, but it's not now. I spy buses. Seems to be loads of rail replacement buses at the moment. Sunday's a bit of an engineering works day, and it's a pain if you need to commute on a Sunday.
Italian as well. It's got corn as well.
I think I'm going on a train though. Time for a clean mask, I think. Been wearing the one I've been wearing for hours. Looks like the barriers are open. I think I might as well just hang around and read my book on the platform, to be honest. I keep forgetting about the one-way system. You have to go up one flight of stairs and come down the other. They've got a big no entry sign. I've got a whole 20 minutes to wait, so just sitting down at the end of the platform. Nice view of trains, like for instance this one. Yeah, time for more reading. Might as well get some editing done on the train. I am home, as you can see, collapsed on my sofa. That was quite an uneventful journey, quite quiet on the train. I got quite a bit of very rough editing done. the table was vibrating and that, so it wasn't the best for doing mouse work and clicking with the mouse because I just kept doing the wrong thing all the time and having to undo all the time. So anyway, I'm home alone. Izzy's gone off to my dad's for the evening and she'll be back tomorrow. We've got a social engagement lined up for tomorrow. Speaking of which, I think I'm coming on with impetigo. I get impetigo from time to time, though I haven't had any for ages. And I was going to sneak up on the next lot of impetigo because I have a swab from the GP up in my drawer upstairs, and I was going to swab it and submit it and try and find out what sort of bacteria it is, because it just recurs and recurs. But a pimple started to come up earlier and I was just like literally on the point of leaving, and I thought it's probably a spot because I'm covered in them at the moment. Don't know why. I didn't want to treat it with the antibiotic ointment because I wanted to catch it with the swab, but I didn't want to risk going out and spreading it around, so I did start the antibiotic treatment. Anyway, it is impetigo, I can tell it is. It's developed since, but you're supposed to quarantine when you've got impetigo, but when I went out I thought it was a spot. But I did have a mask on the whole time, more or less, and constantly sanitising my hands, so hopefully I haven't spread it. Anyway, it is what it is. I'll have to see what the gal pals want to do tomorrow about our meet-up, because they might prefer if Izzy goes alone. I don't know. I'll leave it up to them. Let's see. It's all going to be fresh air anyway, isn't it? And, you know, distancing. So probably with all the measures in place, I'm imagining impetigo's not spreading as much, as long as it's done properly. We'll see. Anyway, there's not going to be much going on in this house from now until bedtime because I'm just going to be editing. So thank you for watching this video. A thumbs up really helps the channel to grow and I really appreciate it. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe by hitting that red subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.